and gentlemen, you're now tuned into Naughty or Nice. Let's go.
Me don't want no fake love, me only want the real deal. Me don't want no fake love, me only want the real deal. Me don't want no fake love, me only want the real deal.
Shelly
Me don't want no fake love, me only want the real deal.
Have you ever met a sister with her shit together? Maintaining, never complaining, trying to make shit better. She's got a real good life with the right frame of mind. She's the real deal, baby, and she know how to grind. On the job or in the bedroom, baby, the truth. And with her by your side, homeboy, you can't lose. Just slip on the dress and go to work like a pro. Then bring that ass home and drop it down to the floor. Educated, sophisticated, conversation so deep. She's a lady in that world, but a freak in the sheets. Educated, sophisticated, conversation so deep. She's the lady in that world, but a freak in the sheets.
Shelly lied and be lovebird.
Shelly lied and be lovebird.
Shelly lied and be lovebird.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shelly lied and be lovebird.
Shelly lied and be lovebird.
Shelly lied and be lovebird.
Hey, everybody. Happy
Hello,
Wednesday.
hello.
StreamYard seems to be doing things differently nowadays, y'all. So the comments don't come up like they used to. We have to wait until they port them, which is new. So thank you, everybody that's chiming in. Thank you, everybody that's chiming in. This is Shelly Live and Be Lovebird. Tonight's topic, we're going to dive right into it.
What's wrong with
Hey,
you?
Matthew. How are you? Hey, Matthew. Matthew said something, but I don't know what he said.
He said, someone to share this journey of a lifetime with and to be a witness of you. Okay.
That's weird. Let's
All right,
do
y'all,
the
we're going to go
topic.
ahead and go through this topic. It is, if the premise of marriage is to have a family, a home, and stability, if you already have those things, what is or what be the purpose of getting married at all? You can
Your
start,
thoughts,
Shell.
Star? I would think if you come from a home that is like structured like godly, like, like the purpose is to be joined together. So say you have your house, you have your stability. The guy you're dating, he has his house, he has his stability. The whole thing is to put it together. Let's say that's what I would think. Like, I would think that would be my values. Like, we would come together at some point and say, hey, you got this, I got this. Are we going to take peace of mind, take a little bit of yours, sell mine, keep yours, keep mine? I think that's what it boils down to. I think it's like a matter of how you're raised. And if you're not into shacking up, if you're just kicking it, dating, that's one thing. But if you're talking about like marriage, next step of life, you want the ultimate goal is to be married according to the Bible. If you believe in that, there are some that don't. So I guess it's going to be based on people's principles of what they believe in. I mean, shacking up, I don't want to do. So therefore it would have to be a common, and I have a house, I have a car, I have the things I need. But then of course, if you're dating somebody, they probably have the same thing. It's just about figuring out where to meet them halfway.
Hey, Manissa. Well, I think
Hey, Vanessa.
I'm a little bit different on that. I think that, say at a certain age, right? We already have kids, we have a house, we have cars, all the stuff that you just think, we have all of that. So if I meet somebody at this point in my life, and of course you want to spend time with somebody or whatever the case may be, but if the premise of marriage is to gain all those things and I already have it, what do I need to get married for? Other than just companionship. And I don't have to marry you to have companionship. You feel what I'm saying? Like, some people want to be married, and that's fine and well, but I'm just saying, like, biblically, like you said, that's how it's supposed to be. The man who finds the wife finds the good thing. But everybody is not meant to get married. Everybody is not marriage material. So if you have all those things already, what you get married for? Other than just, kicking it with somebody, or just wanting to spend your life with somebody, even if you have all of those things. And then if you put them together, you're gonna have to decide how we're gonna split this up. Are you gonna sell your stuff? Am I gonna sell mine? We're gonna sell it all, get something together, all that type of stuff. That's what I'm saying when I say that. So I'm just like, what is the purpose of getting married if you already got all those things?
But see, that's what I said. It depends on where you're at. If you're like a person that doesn't really need a husband and you don't feel like you want to have like that kind of structure, then it's okay. I mean, it's okay to be, living how you're living. But if you're a person that has like, you don't want to be shacking, you just don't want to be having sex out of marriage, and you don't, there's some things you stand for, then you're going to kind of fall into the structure of the biblical stuff. Or you're going to stay into the rut of just bouncing around to different partners, or just having one guy that doesn't see you no way but the partner that he's boning, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't want to do it that way, but that's just me.
Well, it happens every day.
I
And,
mean,
and just because y'all decide to get married don't mean you're gonna be happy, especially if you're doing it for the stability part. You know what I'm saying? If you say you meet somebody and you have all of your things already and you at peace, ain't nobody bothering you and all this, and they tell you this is gonna be this, it's gonna be wonderful, blah 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 blah. You get rid of your stuff to move in with this man or marry this man or whatever, and it's totally different from what you thought when you could have just kept things the way they were and it would have been fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, what it's like giving up everything you have to be with somebody that promised you this, that, and the third, but then when you get with them, they treat you like shit after you done gave up all of your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, so my thing is,
and I get that part. I get that, and I guess that's probably what a lot of people go through, like not sure what someone's going to take. I mean, marriages that when you do join them together, some of them do end very badly. I mean, then there's those that just end just as peacefully as they want to be, and I guess it really depends on each individual and where they stand and what they want to do.
Well, if a person is materialistic, of course that'll be a problem. But hey, Lisa, hey James, hey Manissa, if you if you're self-sufficient, you're independent, you already okay on your own. You know what I'm saying? So if you bring a man to the group to your equation and he makes it better, then fine and good. If y'all decide to get married, then that's fine and good too. I'm just saying, we've been taught, when you get married, when you get a husband, it's for you to, get married, get your house, have your family, and establish something. If you already established without a spouse, then what's the point in getting married anyway? That's just what I'm saying. Lisa said, stability is not happiness, peace, nor love. Those are attributes. Right. I agree with that. And Melissa said, I would think it would be for the principle, done it twice, done with the combining of business and homes. Right. You already have all your own stuff. So why would you go back and do that? Well, if you could just date, do what you want to do when you want to do it, and you're not tied down and you're not obligated to anybody. Even though you may have developed certain types of feelings for somebody and fell in love with them and all that stuff, who says you still got to get married? Like, I mean, to each his own now.
Well, that's what I say. It depends on your belief, how you are with your standings and what you do. Like if you came from a home that was structured, like you say, like I came from a home where I saw my mother and father. They were married. They had their things together. That's how I was raised. That's what I believe. For me to shack up with somebody would be like or shack up or settle for or not marry or sell myself short, just being like the girl. Like I wouldn't probably know how to do that, so I wouldn't. I would be like you. I would just stay single and just be independent and do what I do. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I guess it just depends on the person.
Yeah, my mama drew that shacking stuff, man. Don't play that. I ain't shacking up with nobody. Hey, Bruce. Bruce said, "Pusha Man told me not to get married." He's so crazy. That was my uncle. He's so crazy. But yeah, it's and again, to each his own. Everything is not for everybody. But anybody can change their mind and meet that person and be like, if I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with this person, why don't we just go ahead and do it? Even if you do have assets and things you have to split up or things you got to get in order before you do that. Because what you don't want to do is get with somebody and then your children left out in the cold when you marry this person. Because once you get married, that person is your next of kin, not your kids. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to have your things in order, and it has to be a mutual understanding as to where this thing is going to go. Hey, Jayana, she said, because
Hey,
marriage is a
John.
mutual agreement between two people. When they find a union, they come together as one. But it says it's best to be single until you're willing to give up everything and become one. Well, Jayana, baby, you
I
don't have
agree.
to give up everything to become one. You still have your individuality. That's where people get it
Right.
misconstrued because they feel like once they get with somebody, you got to stop everything that you like doing or, hanging out with your friends and all this stuff to appease this person. But what if that person hadn't stopped anything? Because listen, it's like this. You have your life, he has his life, and then y'all have your life together. You still have to keep the things that interest you because if not, you're going to end up resenting that person. You're going to end up hating each other, and it's going to be bitterness all the time. You're going to be arguing about the smallest little things, but you got to keep your own identity no matter what, period. So,
I agree with that.
and then,
But
the
but the
sanctity of marriage ain't what it used to be.
I mean, that's another thing. So much has changed with the dynamics of like dating and being with a
Mm,
partner and the cheating and the whole. I mean, the world is different. Everything is different. So the values and morals of people are different. Maybe like the older school people, they may have some of these values, but the new school coming in, that's probably been taught by the younger generation of people. They probably don't know what stability looks like because
they
half
ain't
the
thinking
homes
about
are
marrying
broken.
nobody.
Yeah, half the homes are broken. Everybody's about it. And then the adults that are the adults that are halfway 48 and 49 and 50 are still doing what the 30-year-olds and the 25-year-olds are doing. So, I just say hats off to the people. Do whatever you do.
Hey, Karan. I don't know. It's just, to me, I guess I don't know. I think for myself, speaking personally, I've been by myself for so long and I'm so used to doing everything. It's like when you get with somebody and you bringing somebody else in and you're thinking about this, it's like the dynamics of everything for you changes. And then if you already set in your ways, you're used to doing this way, then you got to worry about what this person is thinking. And then you may do something totally different than what they're doing. And then you start to clash. You know what I mean? So I
Right.
just think if you dating, that's fine. And everybody go to their respective places or whatever. And you make it do what it do. But again, if you decide to get married, that's fine and good too. Somebody may change your mind or may change my mind. But as of right now, it's just I'm like, why do I need to do that? I'm good where I'm at. But
Well,
you know,
yeah.
again, to each his own.
And then, maybe the person that's for you, maybe they just haven't came along yet to make you want to say, I want to do this. I want to, you see what I'm saying? Like you may get
Yeah.
to that person, you might be like, I'm just willing to give up everything for not give up, but come together. Like Gianna said, you come
Mhm.
as one. You don't one over here, one over there, doing this,
Well,
doing
when
that.
she
It's
here and
one.
show up,
Well, he might be coming. He might be on the way. You
he
know,
might be on the way. He might already be here. I just think
you might have
seeing it.
passed him 1,000 times and you still haven't realized you're passing him.
Oh, possibly, possibly. There is hope, y'all. Jay said, she said, wait a minute. Amen. I agree. But like Ma say, times has changed. Marriage will probably never be what it was because people are stuck in their own ways instead of putting God's will in front of
True.
it. That's true too, Jayana. That's very true. And people's standards and people's idea of marriage has changed. Back in the day, it was about what I said. This, the premise of marriage was to, get your husband. He's going to provide for you. You take care of the home. You take care of the kids, and you establish something together. Now, it's more like an arrangement. You know what I'm saying? It's like a business. It's not like you're getting married for love anymore. People either doing it for show or they're doing it for financial reasons or a partnership for business. You know what I'm saying? Just the propaganda of it all, just to have somebody there just so they can say, well, look, we married, we did this and blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? So it just depends on the person and what your values are as far as what you want and what you looking for to me. Hi, Lisa. Lisa said, no disrespect, but all cannot, nor do not, and should not following their parents or family history. I was raised in a household of marriage. You and your love significant other are your own couple. Marriages in some ways could be part of some people's generational curse with your family. Just because people stay married don't mean they should be. Okay, they could stay just to not look bad for the kids, etc. That's what I was saying, Lisa. When people do stuff for show, you know what I'm saying? Like when you have these people get married and be like, "Well, you know, my husband is," and everybody know your husband out here doing everything under the sun. You know it, but you just still try to, save face and want it to look like it's a certain thing when you miserable in your household. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't living with nobody and be miserable. I don't care who it is. Right, with you, Jay, Anna. But yeah, people don't respect it, and my thing is if you get married, you should be ready to settle down and sit your ass down somewhere. Don't get married and still be cheating. If you're gonna still be cheating, don't ask nobody to marry you. Keep on living your life and doing whatever you want to do. Don't bring somebody else into that madness, is all I'm saying. Hey, Orlando. Orlando said, I wouldn't want my last relationship to be my girlfriend. Okay, well, yeah. And Shelly, what do you think? Like, at this point in our lives, right? We grown, you know what I'm saying? So, and I heard Steve Harvey say this one time, when you get a certain age, you don't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. That's your man or that's your woman. Like, when do you stop saying boyfriend, my boyfriend, or my girlfriend? You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as, for title's sake or whatever. He said, when you a certain age, there's no reason why you should say, oh, this is my boyfriend. When you in your 40s, your 50s or whatever, that's your man and that's your woman. Because ain't nobody no girls and ain't nobody no boys around here. Basically is what he was saying.
I kind of swing different on that, like especially with the title period, the girlfriend, the boyfriend, the man, the woman, whatever you want to call it. I don't like for people to introduce me that way. I don't care if I am your wife. Say my name. They'll know who I am to you because I'm by you. I don't think some people do that, and it's so annoying when they be like, oh, this is my girl or this is my woman, and you have no name. I don't like that. Right. Just call me by my damn name. This is such and such, and the rest will speak for itself. I mean, I just think titles. I mean, I get it. If you're married, everybody gonna know you're married. They didn't came to your wedding. They didn't saw it. They didn't see you somewhere. But you ever talk to people and they never say their spouse's or man's name? It's always like, girl, my man did this, or my man did that. Or my man do this, or my girl do this, or my. I just be like, what's the name of the person? Does he have a name, or he's just like, right. Is that the name? You know what I mean? That gets under my skin. So and
it's kind of rude. You know what I mean? Because it's like when somebody does that, they strip you of your identity. Like, I'm not a person. I'm just a person that supposedly belongs to you. This is my title. So this is all they need to know about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that. It could, get to the point where you feel like it's disrespectful or whatever, depending on how you feel about the situation. Some people cool with that. This is like a woman that she may, oh, my husband, my husband, my husband, my husband. Okay, girl, we know you married. You ain't got to keep saying it.
It's almost like they're selling it. Like, I'm selling you the title. How many times do you see people on pages, Facebook, anywhere, and they have like their spouses, and it's like my man, and their house is all chaotic and confused, but you still out in public eye talking about, this is my man, this is my man, this is my husband. And it's just like, oh my God.
I don't think title is necessary.
No.
If you know where you stand with somebody. Vanessa said labels are for the immature. Right. Like,
yeah. I agree.
Who does that? Like, if you and that person know what you are to each other, you don't have to explain that to anybody else. What you have is what you have. If they see y'all together, they see y'all together. And like you said, when you introduce them to like, hey, this is Michelle, this is Ravonda, whatever the case may be, you don't have to go into detail as to what we are. Because if we all are that and we supposed to be this and that, they're going to see what we are when we out there and we together.
They're going to know. You're going to speak for yourself.
Right. I agree with that.
It speaks for itself after a while. You see me enough, you're going to know I'm somebody. I mean, you ain't just going to think the person just riding around, unless you just with somebody who has a whole bunch of people always around, different folks and the same folks. That's one thing. But if you're like the person that's always there and always around, and honey, no.
Well, now that you said that, now Some people do that when you with them, so they won't confuse you with somebody else they done brought around. So they want to make sure it's clear who they need to address you as, because they might have took somebody else in that same group of people. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I just said. Like when they bring a lot of people around, they trying to make sure your title stands for itself.
Yeah,
But
right.
if you're dealing with somebody who, first of all, is grown. Grown is the key word to this whole thing. You're grown. You're doing grown things. You ain't out here running around trying to do all this extra stuff and be extra. The volume is going to speak for itself. You're going to be around the person that you're with. They're going to see you. They're going to see the people. But if you messy and you all over the place, and people, you'll know when you walk into the crowd when they're looking at you crazy like that. Ain't the last girl I saw. You already know. You ain't nobody stupid. We grown. We
And
grown.
not only that, you'll feel the tension. The tension is automatic. Hey, Dwayne.
Hey, Dwayne, honey, how you doing?
I feel like I ain't talked to you in so long. I ain't talked to you yesterday or today. It seemed weird. But
yes, and life is falling apart.
oh Lord, I had to do that sleep study last night, so I couldn't talk on the phone from 8 to 5 this morning. But anywho, I don't know. Like I said, I just think, each person is different. Each person wants something different. You know what I'm saying? And they may want all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I would never get married. I'm just saying, like, at this point, like, why? Why can't we just enjoy each other's company? I'm not shacking up and moving in with nobody. I'm not doing that. But I'm just saying, like, if we enjoy each other's company, I mean, it's all good. But if it happens, it happens. I'm not opposed to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, the question, I just thought about the question and I was like, well, why do it if you already have all these things that you're supposed to strive to get with this person when you get married? Lisa said, I'm living for me, not married, been there. I may not, but that's my business and mine only. My son is married. I am a proud mother. Am I setting a bad example? Well, he knows better and he has values. He has to be him and I am the mom shacking. Marriage doesn't mean you don't have morals or values. Respect, loyalty, honesty goes a long way. Be dedicated to the cause. Well, right. I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's what you do. That's your business, like you said, And, a lot of people that's been together for 5, 10, 15, 20 years never got that piece of paper, but you can't tell them that they're not married to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're married. In their minds, they're married. So who are we to say they're not? Just because they didn't have a ceremony. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just depends on the people and where they're coming from and where their head is at. Hey, Ross. Yes, I have. A long, 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 long time ago. But, and he taught me well the first time that I wasn't going to be in no hurry to do it again. Okay? But, right. Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell. That's right, Orlando. They've been together for like 40 years. They ain't never been married to each other.
Well, like I said, to each his own.
Right.
Each his own.
Lisa said, well, Vaughn, I'm shacking 6 years. Well, Benny ain't going nowhere. And he ain't letting you leave either. So that's different. But, I guess, too, when you meet somebody, say like you're in a transitional stage and you're moving. Say like if I decide to get up and just move there and then I meet somebody in the process of me moving. You sleepy. What's wrong with you? You need to pep up. What is the matter with you?
Nothing.
But anywho, I was just saying this is like if I'm transitioning, moving back there, and then I meet somebody, and while I'm transitioning, we're kicking it, we're doing everything. He helping me do this and that, and you develop some type of something. Now we decide that we're gonna date. That's fine. And then if he cool and everything is like, why break it? Why try to fix something that's not broken? Just keep going with it. And then if something else develops, then well, that's fine and good too. I'm just saying. Ross said, "Wake up, Shirley."
I'm up, Ross. Vanessa said something.
Vanessa said, hell, I don't even want to live with you. I know that's right. I like living by myself. Ross said, you need to take 5, and Lisa said you need to smile. She not used to seeing you not smile.
Aw.
She must be going through something, y'all. Probably because she ain't talked to me in 2 days. She depressed now. Yeah, but Rod said you making bloopers. But yeah,
What is that?
again, what happened? Did you do that?
Mm-mm.
I didn't either. Oh Lord, y'all.
It's the spirits.
Well, I'm gonna have to look at this on my phone because I don't know what's going on here.
What happened? It disappeared?
Yeah, it's like huge on the screen.
Oh, you have to make it back small. Your font probably
I
changed.
can't get to it. I didn't touch it. That's what I'm saying. I ain't do nothing to it. Dwayne said, Shelly, know in your heart you want to be married, but don't want no mess. You just want to be respected in your marriage.
I agree. I mean, I enjoy being married. I enjoy being a wife. I just won't settle to be just anything to anybody. That's all. So I'm not like opposed to marriage, and I don't believe in shacking. So that won't be me either.
I'm trying to find this. Oh, okay. Hold on. I see it.
He said not Vaughn. Lisa,
We
Lisa
got
said
one
not Vaughn
withdrawals. Yeah,
withdrawals.
we having withdrawals because she
Yeah,
ain't talked to me.
I didn't realize how much time had went by.
You be doing it too, Lisa. Don't front. Y'all miss me when y'all can't talk to me. But yeah, there it goes back now, y'all. So we good. But anywho, I don't know. I was just thinking about that one day when me and you was talking about something, and it just made me
Mhm.
think about that. And I was like, why do it if you already have everything that you're supposed to gain when you're married? Get it back by getting married. Like Wendy Williams said that she thinks when you're a certain age, you shouldn't have a wedding. I think if you want to have a wedding and you never had one, you should have one if that's what you want to do. She said, because when you get like in your 40s and you're 50 and you decide to get married or remarry, you already have everything. So why are you having a wedding? You don't need no housewarming gifts, no wedding gifts. You know what I'm saying? No, no, none of that kind of stuff.
Right.
She's like, just go
That's a good
somewhere, do
point.
it without, you know what I'm saying? Like because she was like at a certain age, she feels like, in her opinion, she feels like the wedding is for the younger people. You know what I mean? Like, because even when you have a wedding, it's for everybody else. You spend all that
But
money for
you,
somebody else to come and witness what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
What can you tell, Dwayne? Lisa said, she said, I'm toxic or I'm intoxicated when I'm with you. Yeah, I like intoxicated. I ain't toxic, girl.
Hmm.
My love is intoxicating for my friends too. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, she kind of got a valid point. Like Steve Harvey said too, when you get to a certain age, you shouldn't be saying boyfriend and girlfriend. And like you say too, just introduce me by my name. And
Hmm.
whatever we are, if you dying for somebody to know who I am, then okay, if that's fine and well too. But like when people see you get together, they'll know that there's something between the two of you. You know what I'm saying? Ross said, Shelly, you know too much knowledge. It's going to be very hard to find you a mate to match your wisdom. Geesh, ja children. Okay.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I'm not looking for a mate anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Lisa said, well, I can have a wedding just so we can dress up like for play without gifts and all, no marriage certificate. Girl, you so crazy. But
Oh,
right. Ah. Dwayne said it has nothing to do with having everything. It's better to be married if you're sleeping with the person you love. Well, that way people sleep with a lot of people they love, but they don't mean they want to be married to.
That's horrible. That's probably the point he's making. You probably shouldn't be sleeping with everybody.
Yeah, I mean
That's
that's
the
what I'm
problem with
saying.
everybody now.
But you're
Everybody
thinking of
just
people
sleeping
that,
with everybody.
yeah, but you're thinking of people that sleep with multiple people. They're probably telling all these people they love them, and they may, in some shape or form, or feel like they do, but they just not marriage material. The man ain't. If he doing all that, go on about your day. Mm.
I at this point in my whole little life at 48, I could be missed with all of it right now. It probably really wouldn't matter. I
So,
just I just it doesn't really matter. It's like it is what it is. I mean, half the people you meet are half crazy. The other half plays games. The other half don't know. The other half is confused. The ones that do know really don't know. So it's just like you said, when you have what you need and your life is going just fine, outside of just having a companion, if someone's bringing you a headache, just stay how you
mhm.
are, be how you are, and just live your life. It's so simple.
Orlando said, if you were with someone and you wanted to be his wife, but he never brought it up, would you? I think
No,
at some point, I don't think I would bring it up, but I think at some point it would come up if you're with that person long enough. And you kind of know when you with a person if that's what they're ready for or not, or if you're wasting your time with that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna say, well, I want to do this, and I've been waiting it up, and then he looking at you like you crazy, because that puts pressure on somebody, and then they probably thinking like, damn, I ain't ready for all of that or whatever. If you're not ready for all that, let that person know, especially if you know the person is looking for marriage. You know what I'm saying? Let them know that that's not my thing, or at least let them know whether you're open to it or not. You know what I'm saying? You open for the discussion about it or whatever. But if you just straight up say, because talked to this dude, he was like, he said, listen, I just want to have a good time. If you're looking to get married and all that, you better run now, because I ain't marrying nobody. And that was real. I mean, that's what you tell people. I was like, well, shit, good, because I ain't either. I ain't, but
but see, he told you that's the
if you,
difference. Just if
yeah,
you say
yeah, but
that,
if
then
you
you
put
don't
that out
start
there in the
looking for
open,
things.
right, and if a person tells you that up front, don't being with that person think you're gonna change their mind about something, because they're adamant about not getting married. So if that's something that you want, that person is not for you, because at that point you're just gonna be wasting your time, because he ain't gonna never marry your ass. Manissa said after a certain amount of time, he will not do it. I think that too. Well, I don't know, Manissa. It just depends. Because you got some people been with, even around here, been with somebody 10, 15, 20 years, and all of a sudden they say, oh, we just got married. You're like, well, shit, I already thought y'all was married. You know what I'm saying? Because you've been together so long. At that point, I don't even think it really matters. You
Okay.
know? So, but too, at a certain point, he just ain't gonna do it. And then again, you don't want somebody to propose to you and they're not ready, and they're only doing it because it's to make you happy, because that's not gonna last. Dwayne said you need to stay as far as you can from a person that says that. Right, exactly. She said over
I
4 years
agree.
it's a wrap. Yeah. So how long you think people should stay together before they decide to get married?
2 years, a year. Me, my sister did it in one. I guess it depends on the person. I mean, how much can you know? You think you got to be with somebody 10 years to figure out who they are? You might can figure them out in 6 months. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? People, I don't know where Vonda went, but she probably really shouldn't leave me on this live tonight by myself, because I really, really am not in a good mood. Um, People have different views on shacking up and being with people and the whole nine. I think it's just the whole thing. I think it's just a matter of what you believe in, how you was raised. If you're asking me, that's what I think. It's just how you was raised. It comes into that, and a lot of people now just don't have the same values that they used to have. That's half of the problem. A lot of people are just doing what they do the way they know how to do it, and they're gliding by the seat of their pants. Tina, I see that you said something, honey, but I do not have glasses on, and I cannot see that. If I tried, I'm gonna attempt though. Let me see something. Hold on. Because I tell you what, though, me trying to read with no readers on is like me trying to move a mountain with no eyes.
Okay, I don't know what happened. It just knocked me out. Okay. Hey, Tina. Tina said marriage is overrated. Laugh out loud. I think people like the idea of saying they're married, have a family and a house. Shit, give me a roof over my head and a lawyer chick and keep the paperwork and ring. Right, Tina. We're kind of saying that. Karan said, as long as you love the person. Orlando said, after a couple of good fights. Dwayne said, it's no time limit. It's in your heart. And Karan said, no timeline on love. Because you have some people meet and just know they're supposed to be married and be married for a long time. Your brother did that.
Yeah.
And they've been together for a long time.
LeBron and Devon. Yeah.
Yeah. They both knew what they wanted. They was like, okay, let's do this. They didn't know each other, what, a couple months, few months, or something like that?
It was 6 months. Yeah, it was 6 months.
Yeah. And they've been married now for what, like 15, 16 years, something like that?
It happens.
If not longer. Yeah. But like, it said it's in your heart. When you know, they say when you know, you know. So I guess that would be true to some. When you know, you know. The heart don't lie. That's one thing. And the heart wants what the heart wants, y'all. Let's see. Okay. Lisa said the discussion should be between you on goals, likes, dislikes, wants, don't want, needs, history, previous issues. Some of those things may be a problem or may really not be an issue. Some things won't come out until you're married. I'm waiting on. Hell, I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm just taking my time. How long is too long? Who knows? The song said it could last forever. Yeah, what it say? But sometimes it do, sometimes it don't, girl. It just depends on the person. But I don't think there's a time limit. I just think, like, if y'all both feel like that's what y'all want to do and you sure about it, and some people just spontaneous like that, they just be like, let's just do it. And they do it and it lasts and it works because it's still a learning process that you're getting to know that person. We love you too, Dwayne. Take care. Have a good time wherever you're going.
That's what me and Will did. We just said, let's get married. And we just went with the gusto.
But y'all stayed married for a long time too. Y'all stayed together for a minute. Well, like 17 years, 16, 17 years, something like that.
17?
Yeah. But it's just, all in what one wants. That's it. I just don't want no headaches. I done had enough of them to last me a lifetime.
Nobody wants them. Nobody wants
stress,
them. Kind of calm.
Don't nobody need all that extra shit. Like, no.
I just think at this point in people's lives, especially when you're past a certain age, you should, like, your mind frame shouldn't even be anymore on playing games, running around, lying, cheating, hiding, manipulative. I just think at some point you get to an age where you're grown, where lies matter, things matter, people matter. And when you get there, maybe that's what's the problem. It's just not a lot of people that's there. I don't know.
Well, some people never grow up. It doesn't matter. Age is not even a factor.
They get stuck. Yeah, they get stuck in a way, and they're just there. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's one thing if you're single because you want to be and you just don't want to be in a relationship. That's one thing. Hats off to you. But if you're like one of these people who is like really seeking something and something meaningful, and you're preaching that, and that's your spill, and then you come with your spill is saying one thing, but your movement is saying a whole nother thing, then that, you know what I mean? It'd be like, okay, what now?
You wasted your time. You wasted your energy.
You wasted energy and time. Yeah. It does. And if you start thinking about like, oh, I got a house, she got a house, I got a car, he got a car, I got my bank. If you start thinking about, if you put all these dynamics into everything, you may as well delete the Bible, delete everything that comes with it. If that's how you flow, some people could live together forever and be with somebody like Alyssa, or was it Alyssa? One of the ones that was saying they shack up for how many years? Some people do that and they're happy. They're happy that way. That's good. Hats off to that person. But then, if you're raised a different how or you've grown up or your values or your morals are different, you have to kind of flow how you flow, and it's to each his own. I mean, everybody on Judgment Day or whatever day's coming, they're gonna have to answer for whatever sins they've done, be it good, be it bad, be it in the middle.
Well, I personally feel like you shouldn't marry anybody until you live with them for a minute to see, because you truly don't know a person till you live with them. That's true.
That's just like saying you got to screw somebody every time you meet them just to make sure the sex is good.
No. That's different. That's totally
It's
different.
not different, because how many people say that? There's a lot of people that be like, I will never marry somebody I ain't slept with. I will never marry somebody I ain't done this with, or I would never do. It's so many nevers. But if you think about it, and you think about it like this, if we never started in this world doing all the stuff we do backwards, we would not know anything but what was right to do. But it's because all this toxic stuff has came from so many angles. We just do what we want to do. There's no guidelines to anything now. It's just do what you do what you want, say what you want. That's how it is now. Hey, Tracy.
But that's been going on since the beginning of time. Hey, Tracy. Tracy said, I told a friend a few weeks ago the exact same thing. He's 50 and already married and divorced once. There could be some financial retirement benefits from being married, but even that can be addressed individually with the right financial planning. In the right situation, marriage is right, but a couple can still be in a lifelong monogamous relationship and not get married, and that's okay if it works. True. Right, Tracy. I agree with that. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to be married to be happy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no,
you just
not at all. Not at all.
And marriage is not for everybody. Quran said, love who you love. Yeah. Everybody's not meant to be married. Dang it. I can't get that off the screen, but it'll go off in a minute, I guess.
Yeah, I couldn't get it down.
Maybe we was clicking at the same time. I don't know.
There you go.
I don't know. But anyway, yeah, like I was saying, when Manissa was saying what she was saying earlier, there's people around here in this little town that's been together since I was a child, and they ain't never been married. But you would think they are, but to them, they're married. It's like a piece of paper don't have to determine whether they're married or not. So,
That's true.
It's just
I just say to the viewers that listen, to the people that watch our podcast, do whatever makes you happy.
That's what I say. Yep. Cause at the end of the day, you are responsible for your own happiness. And just because somebody don't like what you're doing or you don't like what they're doing, that's their life. Let them live their life the way they want to. That's them. You ain't got to be around them people at all. So make it do what it do. Lisa said, well, got to go pack my shipments for tomorrow. I love you both. We love you. Shelly, I hope tonight gets better and tomorrow is great. Vaughn, peace and love. Good night. Good night,
Thank
sugar.
you, darling.
But yeah, Manissa said, who would want to coincide with someone that long and not be joined? A lot of people do, Manissa. A lot of people do. Because you have some people that say, because they used to do that common law marriage thing, but you don't even hear about that no more. But if they've been together that long and certain people have certain things, they were like, I ain't gonna marry them so they can try to take my stuff. That's their mindset and that's their mentality, because if you're thinking like that, you're going into it wrong anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you with this person and you done been with them for Lord knows how many years, and you're not marrying them because you're afraid that if something happens to you or whatever, or something happens between y'all, if y'all get married, they're going to try to take what you worked for. Well, if that person been with you that long, y'all probably worked on a lot of that stuff together. You know what I'm saying? But, that's why I say what's yours is yours, is mine and mine. Mine is mine. If you like it, I love it. I don't want nothing that you're not going to give me, period. I'm not going to go through the headache and the hassle of that at all. Dwayne, I'm sorry, I don't agree. You should be married. Don't just be in a relationship and don't have a purpose of getting married. Yeah, you know. But it depends on the type of relationship, Dwayne. Some people go into it, they just want a relationship, but they still don't want to get married. But that book says dating with a purpose. And that means if I'm dating you, I'm telling you what my expectations are from the beginning, what I want, what I don't want. And if you don't agree with my expectations, skip the line and go ahead on to somebody else. That's what the book is really about. Instead of you wasting your time and your energy all that long period of time with someone, knowing that it's not going to go anywhere. It's just going to be what it is. So I get it. I get it.
Yeah, I agree, Dwayne. Have a
I get it.
purpose. That's why you have that talk. If somebody tells you I ain't looking for somebody, I'm not looking for anything, then you go, okay. But if you have somebody who comes to you and say, hey, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I'm trying to find, then don't bring them your drama if that's not the page you're on. If you're on a different one, stay on yours. That's what I think.
But it shows laziness on someone's part. If you are walking and talking like it, why not? Says a lot about a person. Yeah. Yeah. Truthfulness. So, like I say, I'm gonna keep saying this, to each his own. You like what you like, whoever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Some people want to get married or date with the purpose, and some people just like dating just to be dating. I'm one of those people. I don't like dating because it's too much like an interview all the time. You're going over the same stuff that you went over with this person, that person. I don't like that. So I've never liked dating. I've never been like a dater like that.
Right, right.
Dwayne said, don't do it. A person should want to marry you. Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah. But what if you don't want to marry them? Just because somebody want to marry you don't mean you want to marry that person. You may want to get married, but it may not be to that person, that particular person. So even if you do want it, and somebody come around was like, "You're gonna be my wife. I just want you to be my wife," and da 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 da. No. Mm-mm. But if the feeling is
well,
mutual, then we could talk about that. But if not, keep it moving. Go on and live your life, honey. No.
yeah. Just be happy in whatever you're doing, honey.
Melissa said they joint might stink. She said you gotta find out first because he might have a stinking ding ding.
Yeah. What she call it? The deaky do? What she say? The deaky do?
He
The
had
whatever she
Dicky
called it the
do.
last time?
That's what Shay said. He had
Yeah.
Dicky do on it. Well, y'all, we live
The
and we learn.
purpose is to be happy. We live and we learn.
Mm-hmm.
They say you
We
fall
do.
down, you get up.
We fall down, but we get up. Yep. How many times? Thank you, Lord. Yeah, but I don't know. I might get married one of these days. I don't know. I don't know.
You will. You'll find that guy. He'll come popping along eventually.
I don't know.
Something's there. I can't click it though.
Dwayne said, if you are in a relationship and a person don't want, okay, and a person don't want to get married, wait a minute, and a person doesn't want to get married, you shouldn't give him the cookies. Right. I keeps my cookies to myself, Dwayne. Tracy said the purposes of marriage may not be the purposes of a couple who wants to be together. Marriage hasn't always been around, and love certainly hasn't always been a part of a marriage. You better say amen and say it for the people in the back, Tracy. I'm trying to tell you. Minister said, I think I will again a whole from now. You so crazy. She said a while from now. I mean,
Yeah.
marriage can be great if you're with the right person. It can. I liked being married. I just didn't like who I was married to. That's all that was, And I learned a lot, and it taught me what I wanted and what I didn't want, and what I would tolerate and what I wouldn't tolerate. You know what I'm saying? So me being a smart one, I haven't done it again. He on his third one or fourth one. I don't forget.
Wow.
But Tracy's the interesting related topic. What about prearranged marriages? Now, prearranged, you don't have a choice, Tracy. They already set that up in motion for you. And a lot of times you don't even know that person. You got to get to know the person. It's because, the families know and they've groomed you from a child to be with this person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that's fair to a person because it's like they throwing you into something that you don't even know. And then what if they throw you into this marriage, they arrange it and don't know how to do this behind closed doors? He could be abusive. He could be on the down low. He could be all types of stuff, but people do it for, those types of marriages for, monetary gain or, statuses in different cultures and stuff like that. So I wouldn't want no prearranged marriage, not for myself. No.
In some countries that's how they do it, but then they don't know any different. I mean, like I said, if you don't know something and someone puts you in it, you don't know if it's good or bad. It's like being if two virgins come together, they don't know what's good or bad. They just know it's whatever they're doing, it's whatever it's going to be. So if you're say you're in India and you get married and you're prearranged, you're from birth, you're raised to be for this man, and that's all you know, it's not going to be good or bad because you don't know nothing else.
All right. They do that in the African culture too.
Mm-hmm. So if you don't know, it's just like with anything we've done in life, even like kids, when you're raising your own children, your children's they're gonna reflect what you teach them. If they never seen a bad day, they ain't gonna never know no bad day. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you never sucked a dick before in your whole life, you ain't missing nothing because you don't know. That's just how I look at stuff. If you don't know, you just don't damn know.
But why you have to use that analogy?
It's just to seem like the right one at the right time. I mean, I don't know. It's the first thing that popped in my head. But I mean, you don't know something, you just don't damn know. That's just it.
Dwayne said marriage should be your choice, no exception. I agree, Dwayne.
I agree, Dwayne.
And it should not be forced on anybody. That should be a mutual decision between two people.
Yeah. And it shouldn't be based on what you have and what I have and what I don't have and what you got and your shit. If it's based on all that, then you missing the whole intention of it anyway. You coming in for the wrong reasons or going out for the wrong reasons. It's just, if it's all that, then just stay single. That's what I say. Just be single.
That's why I said earlier when I said, people make marriages are arrangements now, businesses and, a partnership of some sort, but not for what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? So people don't really marry for love anymore. It's for all the other shit that you just named. So,
well,
if I get married, I want to be for the right reasons. I don't want it to be.
What are the right reasons to be married?
For me, I want to be in love with the person. I want that person to be in love with me. It's not about material things. It's about how we make each other feel, and it's about how my heart feels about that person. And if they took my heart like that to make me want to do that, and vice versa. It don't have anything to do with any monetary nothing. I don't want to marry somebody for money or all that type of stuff because that's not gonna make you happy at all.
Though some may believe that it does.
It don't.
I'm here to tell you.
It does not.
It does not.
It does not.
It brings a whole different dynamics to your situation.
And then, a lot of times women marry these men with a whole lot of money and they got to put up with a whole lot of bullshit because he feels like he's superior to her because he's taking care of her and he can do what he want to do because he makes the money. No, it shouldn't be like that. I don't care how much money you got. You're not going to treat me crazy. Period. But, and then you got the choice to go. You ain't got to stay there and put up with it. But 9 times out of 10, you saw that behavior before you said I do. And you said I do because you like the lifestyle that he provided for you. But then once you say I do and you sign on that dotted line, to him, your property at that point is ownership. So you do whatever he said do. If he want to stay out all night and bring another woman in the house and do all this type of shit, that's just what you're going to have to put up with because that's who he is and he letting you know and you ain't going nowhere. You're going to deal with it. A lot of men do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's what you allow a person to do when you're dating Don't think because you dating a person and they propose to you that whatever he doing, that shit gonna change because you get married. 9 times out of 10, it's gonna get worse. So you better take heed to what you see, what people show you in the beginning, because it ain't gonna get no better once you get, if he's good to you while y'all dating and all this and y'all get married, he said he's gonna be better to you. But he bad to you when y'all dating and you marry him, he gonna be worse to you. It just goes either way. Dwayne said you always have to know your worth, and it doesn't always equate with how much money you have in your bank account. Absolutely not, Dwayne. I agree with that. Tracy said, is there a difference between loving someone and being in love with someone? Absolutely, Tracy. Is one more permanent than the other? Well, love is an emotion, just like, but being in love with somebody is just like that person touches your spirit and touches your soul. It's like a deeper level of just saying, I love you. You can say, I love you to anybody. Michelle say, I love you all the time. We ain't in love with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when
She
you
is
in
in love with me, y'all. Do not believe the hype. She's totally in love with me.
please.
Totally in love with me. Let me intervene.
She wishes. But, it's like somebody at my door. Oh, but anyway, this is like when you're in love with someone, it's such a deep, deep level of, an emotional connection, a spiritual connection, a physical connection. All that stuff goes into play. You can tell anybody you love them, and you do, but that don't mean you're in love with them.
That doesn't mean you're in love with them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it just depends. Hi. Hi, honey. Hey. Come on, baby. Honey. Yeah. Yeah. Hello. Hello. Come on. Go with Auntie. No. Go with her. No. But anyway, y'all. No. This little boy. Come on. Well, I love you too, Dwayne. Pizza?
And Dwayne, you already know I love you to pieces.
We love you, Dwayne. Well, this has been interesting to see people's different points of view and all of that kind of thing. But, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. But still, I think that it's just something that need to be discussed between the two people that are dating. Just because you feel a certain way don't mean that's how it has to be. It's like, you could say, I ain't never getting married. I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that. But you might meet that one person to change your mind totally altogether, all the way around. Whether you have everything that you're supposed to get into that process of being married or not. So it just depends on the person. Because different people bring out different things in you. Hey, Mama. For sure. So, yeah.
Well, it's good to see different people's point of views on what they think is important about marriage, not being married, the reasons they should and the reason they shouldn't. This has been a very interesting topic. And thank you, everybody, for sharing your opinions with us tonight on this podcast.
Yeah, it was interesting. Very interesting. Well, I'll let y'all know when I do get married if I decide to one of these days.
She'll post it.
I ain't gonna post it. Put in trash. I'm gonna just tell. So I'm gonna tell you, and she gonna be so excited. Everybody know before I can say, yeah, yes. Everybody know it.
I really truly would be. I would be. That this is one chick that I would love to see married. Once that I would witness. So yeah, I would be ecstatic. Beyond tears.
No, they talk about
y'all. It's been a great show. We will be ending this one on time tonight.
Well, y'all, this has been real. It's been very interesting. This is our other co-host. Say hey, everybody.
Hey, hey, sweet boo.
Say hi, Mimi.
How you doing, boo boo?
She said, how are you?
Hey.
But anyway, y'all, we're going to go ahead and wrap this show up because I've had a long day. I just got home and didn't get to do nothing. I've been helping my daughter in the room all day long. And I am. Hey, kiddo. Kiddo said to secure the bag. The re-up. You so crazy, kiddo. No, not at all. Really? Yeah. But anyway, y'all, we're going to go ahead and end this live. We have been on our little hour. So with that being said, as we always say, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, 90nice22, and go vote, vote, vote. If y'all didn't watch that debate last night, y'all better go ahead and go vote, honey, cause whoo, child, I don't even want to get into that, but y'all better go vote. That's all I'm gonna say. He said, boys, stand down, but stand by. That's what he said in the debate. So you know who the boys was, right? Okay. Y'all better get with the program and go vote. But anyway, we're going to tell y'all good night. We love y'all, and we will see you again tomorrow. I don't know what's wrong.
And be lovebirds, y'all. Loving life and loving what we do and loving y'all as always. Y'all have a good, blessed, wonderful evening. Mwah.
Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're now tuned into Naughty or Nice. Let's go.
Me don't want no fake love, me only want the real deal. Me don't want no fake love, me only want the real deal. Me don't want no fake love, me only want the real deal.
Shelly
Me don't want no fake love,
and
me only want the real deal.
Have you ever met a sister with her shit together? Maintaining, never complaining, trying to make shit better. She's got a real good life with the right frame of mind. She's the real deal, baby, and she know how to grind. On the job or in the bedroom, baby, the truth. And with her by your side, homeboy, you can't lose. Just slip on the dress and go to work like a pro. Then bring that ass home and drop it down to the floor. Educated, sophisticated, conversation so deep. She's a lady in that world, but a freak in the sheets. Educated, sophisticated, conversation so deep. She's the lady in that world, but a freak in the sheets.
Shelly lied and be lovebird.
Shelly lied and be lovebird.
Shelly lied and be lovebird.